Holy cow. I've just recovered. What are you doing? Getting my life jacket. Autism went to the doctor today. Just to give you a little sneak peek at what this video is going to be about. It's basically that at the end of the appointment, I said, can we come every other year? I mean, I tell you what, if you have a child with disabilities and you have to go to, when you live in Eastern North Carolina, we have to drive a couple hours to get to a pediatric ophthalmologist. I'm on the porch. Oh my gosh, Daddy just told people to get out from the yard. I'm so glad. He's like being a full-on parent. You told me you were getting your life jacket. You didn't say you were down there to kick a ball and try to get struck by lightning.
I did get my life jacket.
Why are you talking to me in that whiny voice? Somebody's back to being foul that I won't let him have Snapchat. Yep, it's an ongoing saga. She gave up on a couple weeks. Are you having a wine slushy to recover? No, I'm having a sweet tea from the North Carolina Seafood Market, which I would like to say up until today was home of the world's best shrimp burger. But when I went in there today to order myself a shrimp burger, he said, we haven't had shrimp burgers, or he called them shrimp sandwich. We haven't had shrimp sandwiches in 3 years. Have I really not been here in that long? I was like, well, can you not like have hamburger buns? Or I was like, no. It's like, okay, fine. I'll just take the shrimp platter. And I came home, stopped at the DG, Dollar General, got my hamburger buns, and ate my shrimp burger. Got enough for one tomorrow, too. Golly, it was so good. You know how sometimes when you, so for me, stress is like I eat when I'm stressed. Like those people that are like, oh, when I'm stressed, I can't eat. Who are you? And how do you even know me? Because you and I are not the same person. If I wasn't stressed, I mean, I would be, that's just insane to me. I need to say when I'm not stressed, I don't eat. I don't eat when I'm stressed? Like, what do you do if you don't eat when you're stressed? Smoke crack? I don't know. Drink something. I guess I eat. But anyway, I came home, got my shrimp burger, sat right there in my son's den that he's abandoned because the TV's too small, and watched some David Muir. And told people to stop talking to me about Snapchat because I was eating my shrimp burger and I did not want to speak to anyone while I did that. I'm a stress eater here. So we had a doctor's appointment today. And there's this newfangled thing. Now, this could be for any parent, but if you have to go to a specialty doctor, there's this My Chart. People, they love My Chart. My Chart is my nemesis. I can never remember names or passwords, or you have to sign up. Last week, I was trying to set up My Chart, and they told me that my 13-year-old was going to have to give me permission. What are you doing?
I'm washing off this dirty garage door.
It is about to pour rain. I don't think you need to start washing the house. Okay, what did I just say? As as I was saying, I can't really hear while you're spraying the gutter. I can't hear. I'm gonna beat you. You better stop that right now. Stop the spraying. Stop. I'm telling you, if you hit me with that water, your phone is mine through August. You've just hit me. So bring it up.
Remember that morning before school where you soaked me?
You're toast.
You drenched me?
I did not drench you.
Yes, you did.
Okay. She's in control. Me? Clearly I'm not. So we go, I'm just going to talk louder. So we go to the doctor, and this is why you can't have Snapchat. You're a bad listener. Anyway, my chart. So the my chart, I go on there to think, well, where's the appointment? And it says it clearly. Well, I didn't know that there were like 10 locations. I should have kept reading for the specific address. We get there, we get the dog out of the car, the dog pees, we get the books, we lock the car, we get the blankie, we take the elevator, we go upstairs, check in. Oh, this is the wrong place. So if there's one thing you should know about Amos, or maybe it's all people with autism, transitions are huge for us. So the less transitions we have, the better. You will hear me say that, stop it with the hose. Stop.
Hi, Amos.
Do you want to change it?
Yes.
Maybe Neptune.
Holy Moses. So we pack all right back up, turn off the video and redirect her. Are you crazy? Am I going to end my whole life to redirect my smarty pants 13-year-old? No. Crazy? I do the ignoring. Okay, baby what?
Einstein.
Baby Neptune.
Neptune.
Smarty. You're going to suffer later. You just wait.
Yeah.
You wait. Mm-hmm. Got some real good pictures I've been saving to put up on Instagram without people's permission. Go take your shower.
No, I don't need one.
Why do folks tell Adrian to parent? Well, clearly I appear to need a lot of help. I love that shirt. Oh, thanks. It's from Downtown Diva, right in Edenton. So anyway, we pack up the car, blah, 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 blah. Go to the correct place, which takes 20 minutes. I tell the person, will you call and tell them that she seems younger than 13. Well, see, I think she seems like she's like 10 years older. Tell them that we're going to be late. So we get there. We check in. We sit down in the lobby. That's one transition. We go to the next room and get checked in. That's 2. Go to the waiting room. That's 3. Go to the next room. That's 4. Go to the waiting room. That's 5. Go back to see the doctor. That's 6. 6 transitions. And then you know what happens to me? I become Karen. The same nice person was there this year. And I was like, I know I said this last time we were here, but why are there so many transitions? She was like, well, we only have 2 rooms. I was like, there are 50 rooms in this building and they're all empty. No. And then to make matters worse is when you're in a room and the room is filled with paraphernalia that no one is allowed to touch, particularly small people who think they're Albert Einstein like to touch medical equipment. Oh, no, don't touch that. With no respect. Lynn, do I need to... I'm suspending you. You've been suspended. We play around in my family. I mean, this is a sickness. This is a horrible sickness. Do you not joke with your children? Like, what do y'all do? Just pull out your belts and like beat the fool out of people every night? I mean, I'd like to know what y'all's kids are doing. I took an autistic person to the doctor. Do you think that I am going to like die on that hill of a 13-year-old laughing at me? What do I care? I mean, hello, life is funny. So anyway, 6 transitions. I said, we're in these rooms. Could we have another room where we don't have this equipment and you tell us not to touch things? Lynn would call DSS on me. I like to have somebody call DSS on me. Come get these fools for a night. They'd be glad they got back home. And they're like, no. I said, could we take, the room is long like this. Could we take a curtain and put it in the middle of the room? Because we were in 3 rooms with all this equipment, and the equipment was never used on Amos. Isn't there a room we could go in with Amos? Like, to me, what we could do is go in one room. The first girl that checks you in could be in there. We could continue to sit in the room. Now, all the rooms were empty. The next girl could have come in to do the dilation, right? Stayed in the room, had baby Einstein up on the screen. Then we could have stayed in that room and waited for the doctor to come in. We would have had 1 transition, just 1. We had 6. So during the transitions, we have a service dog. Transitions. So transitions are when, like, at night, when Amos takes his shower, we go ahead and put on his clothes for the next day, right? Because in the morning, it is 1 less transition, right? Like, you get up in the morning, you come downstairs and eat. If you have to get up in the morning and get dressed and then go down and eat, that's an extra transition, right? So we really try to shrink down transitions. And back in the day when I was, an educator, I would help teachers. I would go in their classrooms, and one of my tricks, I'll just tell you, was counting transitions. And so if a teacher said, what can I do better? I'd say, well, you had 24 transitions before lunch, which is really hard for a lot of children. So how do we lessen those transition times, right? So for Amos, it's a huge trigger. He does great. He's good for 3 transitions. So like today, we went to the doctor. We went to another doctor, and we didn't even go to a playground or anywhere in Raleigh because he was tired and I was concerned about doing another transition. So we hope you share on your survey. Oh, I share on surveys. I tell doctors. I do everything I can. In fact, they both knew the complaints that I said last year, and they still said, well, we can't do anything about it. It's space. And I realize we're different, but it's a lot. And this is not something that ever occurred to me before I had Amos, and when we had an iPad, we don't have an iPad anymore. All the other kids are sitting on their iPads behaving. Well, we can't have iPads because if we have an iPad, we look at one all the time. So we don't have an iPad anymore. So we have your daughter will be pregnant or in jail before she finishes college. Well, that's a real... Goodbye, Lance Delaney. I mean, where do people come from? You know what I think it is? Don't get mad, but I'm really saying this is true. Lance Delaney had a great big picture of Trump as his profile, and he is pissed that Trump lost that trial today. And you know what? I have no opinion. I believe that juries should have the ability to make a decision. I love being an American. So be it. I like democracy. Oh, Lance. I can still see Lance. Yeah, it was bad. Oh no, we don't want to suspend. Sometimes you suspend the wrong person. I mean, do you see why I charge people $5? Because when I'm on this big video, I basically feel like I'm on like Comedy Central and that people are throwing eggs at me. But you know what? You can't bother me, no sir, because I do hard things in life. Lance is a thimble Richard. What is that? It's an awesome term, thimble Richard. So anyway, we take I wouldn't have known either. So we take the service dog, Honor, our service dog, and she was super helpful. She pretended to get her eye drops before Amos got his eyes dilated. The assistant was really nice. We did the drops on the floor. Basically, I held Amos's hands and laid on him. Honor sat there and he held her leash, and then the woman did like this to his eyes to get the dilation drops in. His prescription has gotten better, his eye prescription, which is pretty good. Like, did it get better, or is he just better at getting it taken? But he has a new prescription. But anyway, we were waiting for one of the, sounds like every trip out of the house when my son was younger. Transitions were very difficult, but have become easier as he's gotten older. Well, I think this time was a little better. I mean, he didn't full on fall out. We ended up finding we found a magic erase board that was used for probably somebody listening to this and they'd be like, that's who it was. We found a magic erase board that was like used by the staff, and they had all these like magnet emoji faces and how is the team feeling? Well, that nobody had written on that board in a while, so we went to town on that. We magnetized emojis. We did that for a long time. Yeah. So I mentioned that to the doctor and the assistant. I said, could you have like a dry erase board in here? I swear whatever you say, it is like general consensus for people to say no. Could we? No. I said, you couldn't have a magic erase board. No, because we would have to be able to sanitize everything that touched it. Well, what you could do is give people that really need them.
Mommy, the lightning.
The lightning?
Come inside.
Well, honey, the lightning is not bad on the porch. Who told you that? Did Sissy tell you that? Lightning is okay right here. I'm on the porch. I'm not in the yard or on the boat. We're okay.
No.
Close the door, though, because there are mosquitoes out here. You don't like mosquitoes.
No, wait. There's not me.
He hates mosquito. It's gone inside. Like, no. I'm like, well, you know what you could do? You could give out dry erase markers from the Dollar Tree. Whenever you have a child that's really needing something, like there has got to be something you could do. Like, no. Mm-mm. And they make this face like this. And your eyes are like half-masked. Bring your own stuff. Well, that's a good idea. I did. I brought books. I didn't know that he was going to hate the books, but I brought. They were 2 new books. He wouldn't even touch them. So then we were walking around, and he was, so one thing our service dog does, if you're wondering, because I had a friend yesterday saying, what does she do for him at the doctor? Well, she does deep pressure, like especially at the dentist, it's really good. But these chairs didn't have the legs up, so she couldn't get in the chair with him. But she did sit there's a bench in the office, which was nice, so the 3 of us sat on the bench together. And he sat in the middle, and she sat on one side, and I sat on another side, and kind of squeezed him and gave him deep pressure. And then behavior interruption is big, so that would be like Honor getting her eye drops. And then he held her leash, and we walked her around the office while we waited. And this person was like, I love this question. Can I help you? You know what that's code for? Get back in the waiting room. I was like, no, we're good, but thank you. Well, you really can't be walking around. Well, then why didn't you just say that? I invented passive aggressive. I said, well, we're waiting to see the doctor. And she said it would be fine if we walked around. Meanwhile, God is like, Adrian, you're a liar. You need to go listen to Franklin Graham more. So she was like, well, I said, she told us to walk around. You can ask her. Because if you're going to lie, you go full on in with the lie. Because you know darn well, this desk attendant who was just doing a TikTok dance like 8 seconds ago is not going to go bother the doctor. So we walked around and she didn't say anything else. Oh, and then she said, well, maybe you could go outside and get some fresh air. I said, no, his eyes have been dilated. That's very dangerous. And I have allergies. This is not a doctor we typically see. This is a doctor we're now going to see every other year. So at the end of the appointment, after she said no to all my suggestions, I said, could we just come every other year? And she said, I think that'd be fine. And then she said, he doesn't need to wear his glasses all the time, but most of the time. I almost said, but I was being nice. Have you ever been a person with autism? Like I said, we stick to kind of routines and schedules. So if we are going to wear glasses, we're going to wear them all the time. So if you say you don't need to wear them, we'll throw them away. But there's no like part-time. Like you don't brush your teeth every other night or you would never brush your teeth again, right? Oh, but then she had this like headset on and he was real excited because he kept saying, and you're going to wear it? And she was like, yes, I am. I was like, oh, she don't know nothing about script. You're going to wear it? And so then he was like, let you wear it? And he reached his hands out. She was like, oh, no. This is worth, this probably costs $10,000. And I literally said this. That's nothing. And she at least got it and said, well, I guess y'all probably have like broken more things. I was like, that's like a drop in the bucket. Are you kidding me? Give him the headset. Did you tell him to come out there and get me because of the lightning?
You're running a 5K.
I'm who?
Why?
I'm not running a 5K.
Not you.
Who are you talking to?
Little Tommy.
Gosh, you made me nervous. Me running a 5K. Who signed me up? You were calling me.
Yeah, I called you earlier. Didn't answer.
Why don't you ever have on clothes when you call us? It's like you're living in a nudist colony.
I don't have clothes on when I'm on tour.
Well, it would be nice if you wore a shirt.
Let's.
All right, let me go talk to my 17-year-old. So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. What the hell is this? What is this?
A beanbag. Don't touch it.
Did you sew this at school?
Yeah. What?
Here you go. End of grade testing right here. No, I'm just kidding. Carry on. Come be a subscriber if you need more excitement in your life.